What's good, everybody? Welcome back. Boy, it's been a while. How's it going? Shoot. When was the last time I streamed? Like, probably about 7 or 8 months ago? That's a cat? Yep, Flippy thinks I'm talking to him. That's my good boy. He's a very vocal kitten. But hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Lore Cave. It's been a hot minute since I've streamed, so I'm gonna be trying to make sure that everything still works the way it's supposed to. It has been a long time. I have not touched OBS or any kind of streaming software in God knows how long. Let me make sure everything's working. He thinks I'm talking to him. Trying to get to my creator dashboard here. I really need to figure out how many of these channel point things still work. I know that things updated since the last time I streamed. I imagine at least a few of these still work. If not most of them. I guess we're gonna find out tonight. What's good, Kaze? Hope you've been well. I hope you've been well, man. I'm finally at a place where I can stream again, kind of. You know, I'm still working the same job. It does take up a lot of my time. You know, going from being totally self-employed to working 40 hours is kind of a hell of a shift, really. Kind of hard to make that jump. You know, when you're used to being your own boss and then very suddenly you have to work on somebody else's schedule. It's pretty tough. But there's going to come a period pretty soon where I'm going to be off or have a lot of free time. And I figured during that time I might as well try getting back into the swing of things. Come around July, I'll probably be back in a pretty regular stream schedule. But until then, I'm probably going to be pretty sporadic with my streams. Kind of like I'm all like, you never know. I'm just gonna pop in and be like, yo, I'm streaming, yo, I'm live. But I wouldn't count on anything pretty regular. It's all gonna be very chill though. I'm not gonna go super hard like I did before, trying to, maximize my stream output. No. It's gonna be secondary. I'm mostly just gonna be doing it as kind of like a hobby thing on the side. Get some commissions here and there. But today, over these past few months, I've actually been working on a game dev project. I think probably the last stream I ever did, I was talking about it pretty briefly, but I've been working on it for a while, just haven't been showing anybody or telling anybody about it. I think Ninewind is the only person that knows about it because he's been in the same team as me for a while. And this is going to be the protagonist of that game dev project. It's modeled and textured in the style of Arc Systems, the people who are behind Guilty Gear, Strive, and Grand Blue. Best in the business, best anime modelers in the business. And I've been kind of dissecting their models, looking over the actual, like the topology, looking over their, the way that they texture things, and I've been trying to reverse engineer it and apply it to my own models. And it's coming along pretty damn well. Like, the way that the shader reacts with the shadows and the matte caps for the metal, it's awesome. I love it. Absolute peak stuff. Like, the metals look nice and shiny while the normals on the face are perfect from every angle. I haven't adjusted the normals on the body yet, but it's just pop, pop, pop. Look at that. Perfect Rembrandt triangle. Beautiful. Love it. It's pretty tough. Like, it took me a while to get this style down. But a lot of what we're going to be working on today. Found you in my writing videos? Oh, wow. Long time ago then. I haven't really made a writing video in a long time. I've been pretty focused on game dev for the past, year? Almost. Game dev and like 3D art and modeling and that kind of industry. I haven't really done any writing except for this project, actually. But I'm glad that you found those videos helpful. Ouch. Flippy is really affectionate right now, and he shows his affection by putting his claws deep into my heart. Thanks, Flippy. I appreciate that. But yeah, today, we're going to be working on, specifically, this character's hair. This isn't going to be her final hair color. This is just kind of something I put down just so I could see the shades and see how the shadows affect it. I know she's going to have some kind of shade of purple for hair. I just haven't decided what yet. But so we're going to find little areas like this where the shadows are breaking and fix them. And I'll show you real quick. Everything that I'm doing here is not hand painted. I try as much as possible to not hand paint my models for a number of reasons. For one, I want the shadows to be dynamic. I want it to seem like the model's really alive and not just a moving painting. A lot of VTubers, like 2D, like live 2D VTubers, that's what they are. They're moving paintings or moving 2D art pieces. And I've noticed that a lot of 3D artists who make VTubers specifically, they hand paint their textures and they look fantastic, beautiful. But my background comes with game dev, so whenever I see hair that's like really static, or like or at least shading in the hair that doesn't move, or when the light changes, that the hair normals don't change at all, it just kind of bothers me. Probably nobody else. Probably bothers nobody else except for me. And that's okay. but it does bother me. So that's why I make my models in this Arc System style, where the shadows are controlled by a number of things, primarily vertex colors and something called an ILM map. And that's what we're going to be manipulating today. The ILM map's already finished. Like, it's already been... I painted all this in GIMP. There's a lot that goes into this. It's a whole thing. But essentially, by moving the UVs up and down this area here that's designated for the hair, we'll be able to actually manipulate the shadows and where they appear and at what angles. So this area right here is giving me a little bit of trouble. It should not be like that. It should be straight, or it should make like a really nice, practically seamless break. Hear me out. Ooh, this guy? This is a chick. Look at that side boob. Actually, don't look at the side boob. Look in the eye. Her eyes are up here, bud. She's just really ripped. We stan muscle. Well, we stan our muscle queens. This is a muscle queen fan channel. I was really thinking this would be a little bit better. Why is that breaking like that? Oh, it's because it's separated. Yeah, these need to move up. Oh. It's about right there. Maybe not. Right here? No. Here? Almost. I think that'll do it. It's never going to be perfect. That's one thing. Whenever you're doing anything that involves manipulating normals, just understand it's never going to be perfect. That's just not in the cards. But we're going to get it as fucking close as we can. There we go. It might also be that she looks absolutely maniacal with short hair. I get it. I understand. And she's like, again, she's ripped to shit. She's ripped to shit, but it's a she. She definitely a she. But that's kind of the point. Her character's supposed to be very much like an anti-hero. So she's supposed to be mistaken for like the villain of the series. That's the idea anyway. I feel like I'm missing a... Yeah, I think this is supposed to be here. But because it's not, it's kind of messing with it. If I pull this down to here, will that break it? Yes. Looks like I might just have to settle for this. Call that good. It's still pretty good. It's fine. There you go, fellas. Now you can stare at her all you want. You can stare at her all you want, and you don't even have to say no homo. It's my gift. It's my gift to you. I don't know what it is. Well, I do know, but I'm not sure the best way to handle this area. I think pulling this down to here will make a difference. It's definitely a tricky spot. There we go. Now let's give it a test. There we go, that's clean. That's what we're looking for right there. That's why we do it. So now we have to apply that same thing to basically all of the hair. All of these big old hair strands. And also, before we do that, we need to make sure they're unwrapped or seams are marked properly, right on the edges. I think this is just a lone strand. Right there. We grab that. Unwrap it. Set it to square by grid. Using our handy dandy UV square plugin. And as you can see, it goes from having basically just regular, cell shading that you'd see on any basic anime model, and now has reactive shading, where it's darker at the tips, has like a bit of a gradient right here that disappears whenever the whole model is shrouded in shadow. Like right here, you can see there's only one color of shadow, whereas here, where there's light showing, there's just a little bit more, or like a second color of shadow. That's what we're aiming for. And you can have it be a single, like, solid groove like this. You can even spread it wider so that it's got a little bit of striation to it. A little bit easier to see if I pull it up a little. Like that. You could take it even wider if you wanted to. But I think for this one I want it to be about here. And from like the front view, I'm kind of making this arc where the darkest parts of the hair kind of make a arc shape like this. Not a perfect arc, just a little bit of an arc. Great. And the next thing that we do, we take the other side here, go in solid mode so we can see. We're going to go into vertex paint. And the way that our shader works is it takes the, what do you call it? I'm going to turn that music down just a little bit. Or, you know, I'll just turn it down to my own ear, because it's like, it sounds like it's loud, so I'm over here screaming, like as if y'all can hear the music at the same volume I can. There we go. Okay, so we're going to take this. The way that the shader works is that it takes the vertex colors, and it applies the shadows differently depending on what vertex color is on a particular face. If I remove all of the red channel from a certain place, then that area, whoops, wrong color. Got to remove the red. There. Then all of that area will become shaded no matter what, whether there's light on it or not. So, real quick, if I apply it in rendered mode so you could see it, now it's shadowed no matter what. And we kind of want that. Usually the undersides or any hair that's like in the lower layer is supposed to be in shadow pretty much all the time. Let me see. Yeah, this side hasn't been done yet. Or these haven't been done yet. That one? Yeah. There you go. So that way when you look at it from this side, you could see the color differences even in the dark. There we go. All right, next. We've got this big chunk of hair here. Let's see, I think that one's connected to this one. And maybe someday I'll make a video where I'm, you know, modeling the hair, but because I'm already at that point, I was already like this far along with this model. I'm not really making like a tutorial series or whatever. I just kind of talk about what I'm doing as I'm doing it, but maybe the next model I'll make entirely from scratch and turn that into some kind of video series. I don't make tutorials, but I can make a kind of tutorial. Let's see. Might as well go ahead and unwrap it first. I'm definitely going to model hair just slightly differently next time. I did make it a little bit harder on myself the first time. But here, as you can see, it's kind of modeled into the same area as this one. That's kind of extruding from there, so the best way to make this look seamless oh, that's why I was like, why is it not appearing? It's because we're not in edit mode. Gotta be in edit mode. There. We need to line up their UVs. So, this little point right here doesn't really matter. We're gonna, I gotta set this, there we go. Two square grid, that's what we want. Makes it easier to size up. And then we just kind of have to figure out roughly at what point in the UV does it match. So it's right around here. Roughly. Yeah, right about here. We move it up to here. And we, as you can see, we're trying to match up the lines here like a grid. Ah, see, that's why I wasn't looking quite right. I need to move it over to this side. Ah, there we are. Okay, let me try that again. Something like either here or here. There. I'll make it a little bit taller. Line it up just like that. There we go. And now, despite it being a 3D completely separated model, it looks relatively seamless. Oh. Don't you just hate it when your hair clips into your big ass earrings? Me too. Happens to me all the time. What happened here? I think I was like really desperately trying to make this so that it did not clip or like was connectable to the head when I really didn't need to. Because that's what they do with Arc Systems, and I don't know how the fuck they do it, but they do. And it's insanely impressive. But it seems like more of a pain in the ass than what it's worth. Like, I'm going to get the same results, whether it clips into the head or not. Their scalp, anyway. Not sure why. Honest. Oh, it is. Okay. What's going on, Starfire? How's it going? You doing good? Wait, this one already has shading on it. What am I doing? Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. I was looking at this one. That's what we want. Q. I'm actually wondering if that should be part of the under hair. Hey, what's good, Kazu? Silver, how's it going? Good to be back. I've been okay. Busy. Really, really, really busy. Extremely busy. My job's made it pretty much impossible to stream, or it had for like the past several months, but it's kind of getting to a point now where I'm kind of getting into the groove of things. I figured out a flow, you know, adjusting to a life of, you know, 9 to 5 work weeks. It's kind of a big adjustment whenever you've been working, you know, self-employed for years before that. It's difficult to end up or have to rearrange your life around a boss's schedule, you know? Well, that's too bad. I was giving him attention and then he just jumped away. So no more. No more attention. That's right. I went there. What you gonna do about it? I know I'm a monster. That's right. And I'll tell you one thing, you thought I was grumpy before? You thought I was a grumpy guy before? Well, now I'm working a 9 to 5 job. Imagine how grumpy I am now. You guys don't even know. Points aren't working? Shit. I knew that was gonna happen. I just knew it. Why isn't it working? It's kind of weird. It's like all of my graphs here aren't working anymore. Oh, I gotta set them to active now. That's new. Hang on a sec. I have not opened Vignon in like a million years either. Because even though I was taking commissions, they were very few and far between, so it's been a minute since I've even touched VTuber software. Let me see. I truly am not sure which of these is going to work. Hang on, I gotta do each and every one of these like by hand. Control Shift R. It is nice that I'm able to just turn these on and off when I need to. That's nice. Let me see. Did it work? And the thing is, they also updated how channel points work. me test it. Hang on, before y'all spend any points, let me see if I can get them working. Doesn't look like it. Shit. I'm not really sure what to do about it. What is it that's broken here? Okay, maybe that did it. There we go. Not sure if it gave us any sound. It did, but it was really loud. Let's knock that down a little bit. There we go. Hang on. I am getting rid of the nuke. I'm sorry. I have to. I don't even have that video anymore. The video that I used to even do that redeem. I have no choice. I'm not gonna look for it again, and every time I use it, my videos would get copywritten. Sorry. Did anyone even redeem it? I don't think it's... Did it? I don't think I saw it get redeemed. Yeah, not only that, but it was really kind of, You did? God, I forgot how to... I forgot how to... refund stuff. Here we go. Well, it's nice to have them, like... organized now. That's nice. Hooray. There you go. Got you your points back. Might as well clear all these out. There. It's been so long. I can't believe it. Isn't it crazy? How long has it been since the last time we spoke? Happy affiliate. Is it my affiliate bursary? How about that? I guess there is a good reason for me to come back. It is really shocking that I still have that. Where's my chicken wings? I will not be robbed. Hold up. I will not be robbed. Where is it? My wings! They're not in here. My wings! No! No! Oh, I found him. Okay. Emergency averted. I found him. Alright, that should do it. There we go. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Just gonna double check the rest of these throwables and droppables. There's a lot of stuff that I probably deleted thinking I was like never gonna stream again. I really thought I wasn't. There's the pan. Fireball. Wait, is that the fireball? Yeah. Icicle. Arrows. Neat. Hey Wireframe, how's it going? Happy affiliateversary. Thank you, thank you. It feels crazy being this famous, this successful. I've been pretty good. Been pretty good. Boy, let me tell you, I have leveled up my skills with anime models. Big time. We got some crazy new skills up in here. Mainly like in normals editing. Oh yeah, because that was the last time I streamed, wasn't it? Thanks for letting me know. The last time I streamed was when I did that Halloween special. I wonder if they have a category for Blender now. They still don't have a category for Blender. That's crazy. At least we have an art category. There we go. Did you already switch scales? Yes. They were... the other scale thing looked really cool. It was kind of a pain. It's just an absolute pain to animate, and more trouble than it was worth. And honestly, I kind of dig the overlapping square plates, and they kind of match what we already have for like the fan braces and the shin guards here. You know, it kind of matches it better. Whereas if I kept the scales, then I feel like I would have to do the similar plates down here too. And this one isn't modeled in. I just went ahead and textured it in and used the ILM map to kind of give it the illusion that they're separate pieces. And I think it does well enough. But now we're doing hair. Arc Systems hair. Extraordinary hair. Gotta edit our normals. Abby normal. Oh. 1, 2, 3. All the hair strands on one section? Yes. I actually just figured this out today. So this is brand new. This is something I didn't even know whenever we first went over hair that time. This is all brand new. I don't know why this up here is so dark. And really, you kind of have to go into it. If you're going to do it this way, you kind of have to go into it with like square UVs in mind for your hair, like from the very start. But this is kind of what it's looking like so far from the front view, which is the most important view. So you see like the shadows grow and stop as the light moves, and then they'll just flip. Like that. This side hasn't been finished yet. I'm kind of going in a clockwise. So I'm going to go start here and then still working my way around, as you can tell. But it is a whole thing. It's good to be back, Flaming Gamer. Good to see you again. But yeah, Nines, this is kind of the long and short of it. And we're going to add specular highlights. But the way that Arc Systems, depending on the game, if it's for Grand Blue, their specular highlights were modeled in. For Guilty Gear Strive, they used the ILM map to do the specular highlights. Which, if you saw like the previous hairstyle, I was doing it like Guilty Gear Strive, but with this one, I'm trying to do it more like Grand Blue, because I think I prefer Grand Blue's style of hair a little bit more than Guilty Gear Strive. One thing I don't quite like, though, is that the shadows go up a little too high on this one. On this big strand right here. And the way that we can fix that is we try to figure out roughly how high it needs to go. Hang on, she can be bald for a sec. Probably about here. And we can just move it straight up. Like that, to try to get it down to a point where we like it. Of course, we got to do it with UV sync selection turned off so that we can stretch it, because we want it to stretch. Like that. Well, I don't know why it's not moving. Why isn't it moving? Weird. Okay, let's try that. Oh, it's because we need to go. Oh, it's because like the whole thing's got to go up. Okay. All right. Let me try that again. It's getting confused. That'll work. All right. Good. And you see it starts to kind of squish it down a little bit. Damn, my phone was at full battery when I started. It's already dying. That's crazy. Alright. I'm going to pull that down to about there, and then we can kind of even it out as we need to. But look how crazy high res this hair is. Hang on a little bit more. And it only takes up this much space. Like all of the hair, the entirety of the hair, even if it was like 4 times longer than this, it would still take up the exact same area on a 2K map. Whereas like if you were to try to do this like hand painted to get this same level of like textile density, you would either have to give it its own material, which is what like a lot of VTuber artists will do, is they'll give it its whole material, which, you know, you could live off that. But if you're gonna have like a ton of models on screen at the same time, or if you're making a mobile game, forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. That is too much. That's too many materials. Yeah, these, I gotta mess with the normals on that, because it is like, I think I made all of the normals slightly face away, but I think that like the top part of these needs to be facing forward. So yeah, let me try that, see what that looks like. Pop. Not liking that. Yeah, I don't want this. I don't want that. I want to avoid that. So we might need to just go one at a time here. Did you watch Sonic 3? Yes, and it was only the greatest fucking movie, the greatest video game movie of all time. And I'll take that to my grave. There is no better video game movie at all. Almost there. Yeah, it was truly a masterpiece. No notes. I wouldn't change a thing. I would just ruin it if I changed anything in that movie. It was perfect. There we go. I can live with that. I can live with that. You know what? I didn't even notice until you just said it that he didn't say chaos control in the whole movie. Which I can't believe. That sounds wrong to me. But I think you might be right. I don't think he said chaos control in the whole movie. That's crazy. How did I not catch that? That's nutty. Ah, see, I was wondering, like, why is this so goddamn bright? It should not be this color. We don't want it to be this color on top. Oops. And here, y'all can see what happens in real time. So, we're having a problem here where for some reason it's all shaded up here whenever the light is directly on it. And it's because the vertex color is the wrong color. It's has no red channel, or the red channel is 0. So we're going to turn it back to 100 where it should be. And you'll see that immediately the shadows are fixing themselves. There we go. That ought to look presentable. Okay, now we can continue our work. I really wish this was not very visible. So I'm just gonna hide that. Just gonna hide the truth. You didn't see anything. Y'all didn't see shit. So that's why I usually tell people if they're going to be doing Arc System style modeling, it's texturing via modeling. Caught on camera. Well, shit, my career as a character artist at Arc Systems games is officially over. Over before it began. Tragedy. True tragedy. Tell you one thing, this model is going up, definitely going up on my portfolio when it's done. This is gonna be like, this is definitely like one of my crown pieces. But I'm not posting a wireframe. I'm not posting a fucking wireframe. You best forget about that. No, pull this. They can look at this wireframe. They can rip, if they're that interested in seeing the wireframe, they can rip it from the game when it's released in like 17 years. Till then, forget about it. then I'm gonna have to send an assassin to your house. I take my portfolio very seriously. Very good, very good. That one was easy. Yeah, that's what I thought. Not sure how I feel about that. The new Elden Ring? Oh, you mean the DLC? I heard about it, but I'm not so sure I'm interested in it. It looks a little bit... I don't know. It doesn't feel very authentic. Someone had to just tell me it's basically Fortnite with Elden Ring, and I was immediately just completely turned off by the project. Just like, I want nothing to do with that. For one, I don't really play multiplayer on Elden Ring, like, ever. I just don't. And I don't want to. I have no desire to do that. So if I have to, in order to play this DLC, then I don't want to drop $40 on it. Night Rain is its own game. What? I was pretty sure. Is Night Rain its own game? I was pretty sure it was a DLC. Hold up. Huh. Well, how about that? It is its own game. Well, still, I mean, that makes it even easier for me because that means I'm not going to play it. Based on what I see here, it's like, it has a single player mode, but it's intended to play cooperative. It's like, yeah, like, just like how, like, Call of Duty has a single player mode, but like, so? Like, I was like, yeah, great, cool. Doesn't mean it's a single player game. And this, I don't know. I'm sure it's going to be super fun for some people. But I am just not a huge fan. If my sister was like, yeah, totally, I really, really want to play this, would you buy? I would buy it, but I'm not going to be like begging. Not me. that. For all of the under layers of hair here, you can kind of just put all of them in like the lowest part of your gradient here if you wanted to. There's no reason to give them their own color or their own or waste of space on your texture map. You might as well just put them all in the under layer. Sometimes I'm not entirely clear on which parts of my hair are considered the under layer, but I think this one? Nah, but it's a little too covered up for me to. There we go. I'm gonna give it some visibility. That's the thing. If you model like a true professional, every vertice has a purpose. There's not any, or at the very least, you should be able to pick any single vertice on your model and say what its purpose is, even if that purpose is very small. You know, like this vertice here is specifically to make this strand of hair a little more round. You should be able to pick out any vertice on your model and at least come up with some kind of purpose for it. And if you can't, then you should consider whether it should be on the model or not. You probably shouldn't have to do that for every single one though, but like, you know what I mean. I mean, there's like 50,000 of them on this model alone. I'm actually wondering if this whole strand is even connected. No. I think this one's here just to give me like some volume from this very specific angle here. Yeah, I think that's what that's for. But since it's visible to the sunlight, I'll go ahead and give it some texture or some love. Probably mostly dark because of how low it is on the hair. Works for me. Also, I think that I painted everything, or Vertex painted. Nope, not the inside. Taking the green, that all the way down. Looks like I got a good portion of it, but not all of it. Perfect. If you do nothing else, if you're using a Arc System shader in Blender, just paint the undersides of every single one of your hair strands, or at least the side that is facing your scalp. Paint the red channel on those vertices 0. If you do nothing else, that'll immediately make your models look a lot better, or at least your hair models look a lot better. What is the problem here? Oh, hang on. No? Well, I know what it is. There. I think at some point I must have merged by distance, and it merged this into the scalp. What the hell? Oh, it's because I have it select by normal. Heh. That's what it is. Lore, you fool. God, I'm tired. Didn't really have a particularly tough day at work today, but man, I'm just tired anyway. I probably have like one of the easiest jobs ever, but like, or you know what, I should say it's not easy, it's just simple. It's a really simple job. But it's repetitive. Very, very repetitive. So like, it's mentally taxing. Just having to do the same shit over and over. 12 hours. I don't ever hit 12 hours. The most I'm allowed to work in a day is 10 hours, and that's only if overtime is being offered. But they don't always offer overtime. It's entirely up to them. Or it's entirely up to whether there's work that needs to be done. You know, they're not just gonna let me, you know, sit on my ass and do overtime for an extra 2 hours a day. Time and a half. As great as that'd be. But on the days that I do work overtime, there's just no way I'm going to stream. You know, like a fucking 10-hour shift. Ain't no way. Yeah, the way that I originally modeled this hair is like pretty stupid. I definitely won't be doing that again. It's fine for now, like it'll get the job done and it'll look really good. But it's very unwieldy. It's very, very hard to work. Very, very hard to decipher and work with. So that's another reason why if I ever turn this in, I'm like, hey, Arc Systems, give me a job. I figured out how to make I figured out your entire workflow by myself. And they'll be like, oh, cool, let's see your wireframe. I'm like, actually, no, thanks. Sorry to waste your time. They'll be like, cool, you made a good looking model, son. Now let's just see that wireframe and you got the job. I'm like, wireframe? Do I gotta? See, that's what I should have done. I should have modeled it and then just used the magnet tool to stick them together to where they're perfectly flush, but instead I thought I'd be cute and try to use like a solidify modifier so I can extrude directly out of the scalp without, and then just have have like a vertex group that controls the solidify modifier, and I'd be able to actually paint the volume onto the hair. But it didn't quite work that way. It was actually a massive pain in the butt, and did not save me any time whatsoever. It did not save me a single bit of time. If anything, it's wasting me. It's currently, at this moment, wasting me time. I think that it actually duplicated every single face. Like there's like an overlapping scalp here, I think. At least in some areas, and then in others it's not. It's very, very weird. Very weird situation I put myself in with this mesh. Again, why I'm just like, if I ever go over to Arc and be like, please don't look at the wireframe, just look at the renders. Look at the pretty renders. Look at those nice shadows. Don't look at the wireframe. Just the renders. Like, hey, you put this on ArtStation, but you didn't put it on Sketchfab. Why didn't you put it on Sketchfab? Like, oh, you know. No reason. God, look at this gnarly thing. It's just a single fucking face. Huh. I guess this one I was just like, who needs who the heck needs... Reset. This is how you should do it. You should just extrude straight up. Wait. Hold up. I swear I did this. How did I do it? Oh yeah, I didn't extrude. Shit, what did I do? Fuck. What did I do? Oh yeah, I duplicated it. Then I started merging vertices together. See, this is what I was trying to... This was the step I was trying to skip by using the solidify modifier. But as you can see, it ended up wasting my time. And then you take this line here, Control S or Alt S, and it will... Oh, make sure you get it all on one side. So Alt S. I'm gonna give it some volume on one side. Alt S on the other side. Wham. And now you have a strand of hair. Give me that triangle. Yeesh. Look at these normals, and I'm just like, ew. Ew. Okay. Like originally, I was like doing my best to like model the back of the hair in one solid piece, and it just did not have the volume that I was looking for. So I ended up I just ended up like shoving one giant piece straight into the back of his head. I was like, I need one more layer. I need one more layer. I didn't quite have it. So I just took this big ass piece and I shoved it back in here. Like the fraud that I am. Like you guys get imposter syndrome. Well, so do I. But for the totally dumbest reasons. Nobody cares about except for me. Okay, it's coming along. Nice. It is getting about that time for me to head inside. Yep, I gotta be heading inside here pretty soon. Yep, gotta make dinner for Nessie. I still make the dinner around here. I forgot about that. That redeem scared the shit out of me, goddammit. Yeah, I'll finish this probably tomorrow morning, and then I'll have something to post on social media. I was hoping to get more to finish it, but I just don't think I'm going to be able to tonight. But yeah, look at that. I do think that I need to adjust the normals on the bangs a little bit. Because what's happening right now is like they'll be completely dark. Let's see what, like the sun is facing practically, well, I guess not directly into him, but pretty close. So they should at least somewhat match the face. But right now it's like you got this shadow line that's going here. And then it's just, but then it just cuts off and goes right up into this. They should at very least match the forehead. So I think real quick what I can do, kind of just curious to see what happens if I just grab this whole thing. I want to save, because this could crash my computer. We're going to go into just fucking spherize normals. We're going to take that strength down a notch. Confirm. Confirm. Let's see how that turned out. Slightly better. Actually, what it might be, it might actually be the face normals that are messed up and not the hair. Because the rest of the body actually seems to be pretty accurate with the direction of the sun. But the hair is, and the hair is too, or at least it's following the same light as the body. But the face isn't. The face is kind of lagging behind. I might need to adjust that. Yeah, I might need to adjust that. But either way, the hair is still looking pretty good. I'll go ahead, I guess right quick I can show you guys an idea of what comes after this. Like what do we do after we've got our shadows looking exactly how we want them to look. Well, first off, we go to a different UV map and a different there we go, different texture, different UV map. It's gonna be our detail map. And what we do is we take, it's all of the hair on this UV map is just kind of stuck right here where it's white. So, and that's because we don't want it, the whole thing to have details on it. But we'll take one section of the hair. We'll unwrap it. Normal, we don't have to square it this time. Not really. And you'll see we'll be adding those details there at high res. It's not pixel perfect, but it's pretty damn close. We gotta zoom in real far to start seeing pixelization. And that'll add these strands, or these little tiny hairs. Right there. Because I can do that real quick and you'll immediately see the difference that makes. And usually you try to place them where those shadows break. So they kind of line up like that. Pretty cool, huh? And again, this is all off of 2 UV maps and one very, very small section of your texture map, so you don't need a whole material just for your hair. It's one less material per model. Because if you're going to get into the habit of using a whole material for your hair, that means that every single humanoid you make needs to have 2 maps. Or it needs to have 2 materials, one for the body and one for the hair. Every single one of them. Just like that. The goal will be eventually to add some tiny little, add a circle real quick and I'll show you what we're gonna do with it. Go into a triangle fan, we're gonna make it like vertice, let's go 12. Yeah, 12's enough. What we're gonna do is we're gonna model it from the front to be our specular highlights. And we can really make it look like whatever. Actually, that does remind me. I need to add a small section to my ILM map that's going to contain all of our highlights. Some people will put a highlight like this on like parts of the skin that are going to be like a really, really shiny. An obvious example is going to be like the boobies. Some people need to have that tiny little bit of extra specular on the boobies. At least in anime models. Not us though, we're classy. Yeah, not us, we're classy. Hang on, I gotta add it to the ILM map real quick. Pretty sure it's just a solid pink too. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I'm doing all my editing in GIMP. I do all my texture painting for these kind of models in GIMP. It's easier. Alright, let me see, we slap that right in here. That's where all of our specular is gonna go. Whoops, I forgot to give it its color. Because I am a fool. Hey Jarek, how's it going, buddy? Bigby, what's going on? Sorry, I'm basically falling asleep at the keyboard here. Yeah, I'm alive though. I haven't let corporate life kill me just yet. Not yet. Well, don't worry, I'm not going to be streaming for much longer. Can't even say it. Yeah, I'm a little too important for you, man. Just a tiny little creator like you. I'm just way too busy, way too important. It is, you know what? Yeah, Ninewin's right. He's over here. He's also too important and too Giga Chad, but he understands. It's hard to take calls in a private jet, you know. But I'm not in my private jet. I'm in my Bugatti. Wait, is that a jet or a car? Fuck, I don't know. Finished writing for today. Fantastic. Get your daily words in. Shit. Yeah, there we go. Solid white. But no, seriously, Jarek, I hope you're doing good. I'm like lightly coming back. like content creation. Lightly. I'm not so sure that I'm gonna be on like any regular kind of schedule or nothing, just see if I can fit it back into some kind of routine. If I'm not working overtime. What's I doing? Reload. Ah, shit. Hang on. You talking about Marvel Rivals? Okay, I was fixing to say, I was like, that's different. That's different. I swear that's supposed to be... Oh, it's because the SSS on that needs to be a different color. Shoot. Okay. I hate hero shooters. I just hate multiplayer games in general, but I could take them or leave them. I think if I ever was to play a shooter game, though, it probably would be a hero shooter. If I ever was. Screw it, I'll just paint it on here. There we go. So now these will stay bright, or the specular's highlights here will stay bright, no matter what. Oh shit, I was hoping that the shadow would kill that. I might have to look into the ILM app and see exactly how... Yeah. Ouch. Yeah, everybody wants to... It's crazy that hero shooters are so big. Even though I guess it's because Overwatch is kind of got too comfortable. Thinking they were the only dog in town. And I guess it's still a relatively fresh subgenre of shooter. Whereas, like, you know, the Call of Duty thing's been and Battlefield's kind of been around for fucking ever. Ugh. Oh, man. Oh. Yeah, man, some of these fucking synth channels are just like, they want to tell me a whole story. I'm like, I don't want to hear no whole ass story. I just want to hear some music. Not here for a rock opera. Man, what they'll do with their specular, it's the last thing I'm going to do before I have to go make some dinner and play some Fire Emblem. They'll take it, they'll model it to a specific shape that they like. Sometimes, most often, it's just a dot of a specific size, and then they'll either shrink wrap it, or they'll just use the snap tool to snap it to the face, or snap it to the thing, or the hair. But we are going to use the shrink wrap tool because we are smart. And we offset it by like tiny bit, like 0.001. Whoops. There. I was wondering why I was fucking up there. You just gotta make sure that it's relatively close to the face that you're trying to stick it to, but not clipping into it. Then you'll add a few of those to basically the whole face. And then if you make it to where it's facing forward, or facing forward in the Y direction, it'll make it so that whenever it goes into shaded mode, it'll turn off whenever the light's not on it. This one won't because I fucked up the SSS map on it. I still need to figure out what I need to do on the alpha channel for it, but it should straight up disappear whenever the shadow goes over it. But more or less, this is what we're going to apply this to the entire model all the way across. And it should look as 2D as possible from all angles. Hell yeah. That's the plan. See you next time, Jared. Alright, fellas. I gotta head out, go make some dinner. I'll be back sometime. It kind of just depends on whether or not I'm working overtime. Overtime, you know, it's kind of random. I never know when I'm gonna get it till I do. So I wouldn't expect any kind of, you know, just kind of be on the lookout. If you want to get more stream stuff, or if you want to get stream notifications and know when I'm going to go live, join my Discord. Do I have a link? Do I have like a stream thing for that? It's fine. I can't remember what it was, a Discord? There we go. That way you can stay up to date on the next time I stream. You just never know. You jump in there, you can ask me questions about 3D modeling anytime you need it, in case you're running into trouble. I'll be there to help out. It's basically just a art-focused Discord across all parts of the pipeline, from concept art all the way up to animation. So if you ever got any problems with that, just let me know. Pop it in the Discord or jump into the stream, and we'll see you next time. All right, fellas, have a good night, and